In the last class, we have been discussing how to convert a number in the decimal system to the binary in the ones complement form. Okay. So if we are having an n bit in which you are representing, suppose it is 8 bit, what is the largest number you can represent? You know it. Let us say, suppose it is n, the largest number it can represent will be 2 raised to n minus 1 minus 1. Okay. And the smallest will be minus 2 raised to n minus 1 minus 1, because once a bit you are assigning to indicate whether it is positive or negative. So if you are taking an 8 bit, the largest will be plus 127 and the smallest will be minus 127. Suppose you want to represent a number 130. Is it possible? It is not possible, because with this 8 bit you can go only up to 127. 128 you cannot represent, 129 you cannot represent. So any number greater than 127 you cannot represent using the 8 bit. So that is one limitation. Now let us see how to convert. If you are given a ones complement form of a number, how to convert it into decimal. This is the number given to you, an 8-bit number in the ones complement form. You are asked to convert it into its decimal form. So you have to look at the sign bit. This is the most significant bit. The most significant bit is 1. That means it is indicating the number is negative. The number is negative. Okay. Now, what you have to do next? You have to take the ones complement. You have to take the ones complement of the given number. Ones complement you are taking means 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, and so on. So this is the number you are getting when you take the ones complement of this given number. Now you have to find out what is the value of this. So for that you should find out, just like you have done previously in converting binary to decimal. This is having place value 2 raised to 0. This is 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4, 2 raised to 5, 2 raised to 6, etc. So add it up. How much you get? 2 raised to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add it up. 2 raised to 5 plus 2 raised to 4 plus 0 into 2 raised to 3 plus 0 into 2 raised to 2 plus 1 into 2 raised to 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to 0. You will get this as 117, and it is a negative number. So the number given is minus 117. So this is how you convert a given ones complement to its decimal form. So what you have to do? First you have to look at the most significant bit. Find out whether it is a positive number or negative number. Take the ones complement. Then find out what is the decimal equivalent for this corresponding binary. So you got the number. We will see one more example. This is the number you have been given in the ones complement form. Just look at it, most significant bit. It is 0. So what is the number, positive or negative? It is positive. Okay. So if the number is positive, you don't need to take any complement. You can directly convert. Now you simply convert this as you convert a binary number to a decimal number. So what is the value you get? This is 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4, 2 raised to 5. So you will be getting it 2 raised to 5 plus 2 raised to 4 plus 0 into 2 raised to 3 plus 0 into 2 raised to 2 plus 1 into 2 raised to 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to 0. You will get it as 51. The most significant bit is showing that it is a positive number. So your answer is plus 51. So this is how you convert a ones complement form to the decimal form. Whether both negative number and positive number you can convert. Okay, I think it is clear how to convert. Now another form of representation is the 2's complement form to represent negative numbers. I'll tell you briefly what exactly is 2's complement. You know what is ones complement. So 2's complement is another way of representing negative numbers. For that what we do is, first we take the First, one's complement. One's complement you know how to take. You just have to change 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. So you take one's complement. Then whatever number you are getting, to that you add 1. To the one's complement you will be adding 1. So when you add 1, suppose a carry is generated, which is in a bit n plus 1. We have only n bit. Suppose the carry is going to the n plus 1 bit. You need not consider that carry. You should take only that which is given in the n bits. So this is how you change a number to the 2's complement form. Suppose you are given a positive number. So if you are given a positive number, you need not take any complement. You can directly write down what is the binary form of that. An example, minus 55. Minus 55 we want to represent in the 2's complement form. Let us see how to do it. First step is take 1's complement of that. So before taking 1's complement, you have to convert it into its binary form, is it not? Minus 55 means you have to find out what is the binary for 55. It is this. For 55 you get this value. We have to convert this into again in the 8-bit format. So 8-bit format of plus 55 is there. Next step is take 1's complement. Taking 1's complement, you have changed 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. You got this. The next step is add 1. You are adding 1. When you add 1 here, 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 0. Sorry, not this, this one. 0 plus 1, 1. 0, here 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 1 plus 0, 0. Sorry, here, yeah, 1 is here. You just keep on adding 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. So you get this. You are just adding 1 bit here. Okay. So what you have done is minus 55 is given. Binary for 55 you are finding it out, changing it into the 8-bit format, taking the 1's complement. After taking 1's complement, you just simply add 1. 1 you are adding. So in this place you get 1. The others remaining the same because no carry is there, it will remain the same. So what you get here is the 2's complement representation of minus 55. You can again see in the first bit it is 1. 1 is always indicating the negative number. So this is the 2's complement representation of minus 55. We'll do a few more examples. Next one, let us take the example of minus 80. So first you will have to write down what is the binary for 80. So binary for 80 is 1 0 1 0 0 0 0. Okay. We have to convert this. What is the next step? We have to convert it into 8-bit format. 8-bit format. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means 1 0 you will have to add 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 0. So now you have converted this to the 8-bit format. Okay. What is the next step? Take 1's complement. You can work this out along with me. You can also work it out and check. 1's complement of this, you will get it as 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 1. Is it not? What is the next step? You have to add 1. Add 1. When you add 1, 1 plus 1, 0. A carry is going over here. 1 plus 1, again 0. A carry will go here. 1 plus 1, 0. Again a carry will go here. 1 plus 1, 0. A carry will go here. 1 plus 0 is 1, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So this is the 2's complement representation of minus 80. Clear? So what did we do? Minus 80 we had to represent in the 2's complement form. So we have written down the binary form of 80, converted it into the 8-bit format, took 1's complement, added 1. When you add 1, you get this. This is the 2's complement of minus 80. One more example we'll do. Now the case is plus 32. Plus 32, you have to write down the binary form of 32. Binary form of 32 is we are representing in the 8-bit 2's complement form. Since it is a positive number, we need not take any complement over here. We have to represent it in the 8-bit format. So how many digits are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bits are there. We have to convert it into 8-bit. That means 2 zeros you have to add here. So what you will get is so this is your 2's complement representation of plus 32. Plus 32 in 2's complement form. If it is our sign magnitude representation, what we have to do is, we can represent, let us say we are representing all of these in 8-bit only. In the signed magnitude representation, sign magnitude again in 8-bit you have to give 1, 2, 3. 0 means positive, all the values are 0. So this is plus 0. 1 means negative, all the others are 0, minus 0. So there are two ways you can represent. There is plus 0 and minus 0 here in the case of sign magnitude representation. Look at 1's complement representation. You have again in 8-bit, this is giving you 0 is positive, this is giving you plus 0. Then to take the negative of any number in 1's complement, how will you do? We just take the 1's complement of this. That means 0 will become 1. All the 0 will become 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This 1 is representing minus, and this is having a value 0. Okay. So in 1's complement representation also there are two ways to represent 0. Now let us look at the case of 2's complement. Our plus 0 is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then, now look at the procedure to convert it into the negative 0 form in the second 2's complement format. First we have to take the 1's complement. Then the same procedure we did in doing the other negative numbers also. 1's complement. What is next? You have to add 1. You can also do along with me. Add 1. When you add 1, what is happening? 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1. 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 Again 0, carry 1. Again 0, carry 1, again 0, carry 1, again 0. This carry goes out of this 8-bit representation. It is coming in the n plus 1th bit. So we need not consider this. So the 2's complement representation plus 0 and minus 0, you are having the same value. There is no difference between the plus 0 and minus 0. That means only one particular position is required to represent both plus 0 and minus 0. You look at these two representations. To represent 0 itself, you require two values, two places, is it not? Two ways you can represent. That means if we could have represented another number over here, just imagine we can represent one extra number. To represent 0 itself, it is taking two types of arrangement over here, right? So we can, in spite of this, if we are using this 2's complement form, to represent 0 only one arrangement is required. So one extra bit is available for representing another number. What is the maximum you can represent over here? Maximum numbers 2 raised to n minus 1 in the sign bit representation, and here it is 2 raised to n minus 1 minus 1. In this case, one extra you are having, one extra number you can represent, because you need to represent 0 only in this format, whether it is positive 0 or negative 0. One way you can represent. So one extra bit is available for representing one more number. So you will be, how much you can represent in this? 2 raised to n minus 1 plus 1, because 1 is free to represent one more number. That means 2 raised to n minus 1 numbers you can represent using the 2's complement method. So that is one advantage of 2's complement. One extra number you can represent. There is one more method of representing, that is binary coded decimal representation. This is another method of representing binary numbers. Suppose you are having a number 235 in your decimal. You want to represent it in binary coded decimal. For that, what we do is, each of these numbers we are separately representing in a 4-bit binary format. We'll work out. What is the binary for 2? You can write down. 2 is 10, and we are going to represent it in 4-bit. So this will be 0010, that is 2. What is 3? In 4-bit, 0011. And what is 5? 0101. So to represent this number 235 in the decimal, in the binary coded decimal form, you will be writing it like this. Instead of 2, you will write 0010. Instead of 3, you will write 0011, and instead of 5, it will be 0101. So this is binary coded decimal representation. You can try with other examples. You can do for yourself. Etc. This you work out on your own, how to write in the BCD format. Now let us see how to represent real numbers in binary. Okay, real means you will be having numbers on both sides of the decimal. For example, you have 41.32. You are familiar with such type of numbers in decimal system. So how to find out the value of this? How you look at the weightage. This is 4 into 10 raised to 1, 10 raised to 0, 10 raised to 1. This is 10 raised to minus 1. This is 10 raised to minus 2. The weightage corresponding to each position. So this is 4 into 10 raised to 1. plus 1 into 10 raised to 0 plus 3 into 10 raised to minus 1 plus 2 into 10 raised to minus 2, because here the base is 10 in the decimal system. Similarly, you can look at a binary number. This is 1101.12. It is binary. 2 denotes binary. So here in the similar format we can convert. This is 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3. So you will be having 1 into 2 raised to 3 plus 1 into 2 raised to 2 plus 0 into 2 raised to 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to 0 plus 1 into 2 raised to minus 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to minus 2. Clear? And now you find out the value. The value will come to 13.75 in the decimal. Similarly, you can try other examples. Try 11.01, 101.101. Find out what is the value of this. So this is how you convert the binary to decimal form. Now let us see how to convert decimal to binary. That is the fractional part, how it converts. If it was 41, you know, only 41, you know how to convert it into decimal. Double-dabble method you have done. Divide by 2, you again take the remainder divided by 2 and so on. So you know how to convert this part. That we are keeping aside. Now let us find this fractional part. That is, for example, I have taken 0.375. How to find out the binary equivalent? What I am going to do is, I am going to take this decimal part. Our base is 2. Binary means base is 2. Multiply by 2. I get 0.750. There is an integer part and a decimal part. I am going to write down the integer part here. The integer part I have written. Here the integer is 0. I have taken down the integer over here. Again the decimal part I am taking. Multiplying by 2. I get 1.50. Here the integer part is 1. Integer part I will write here. The remainder I will write here. Again I will multiply the remainder by 2. I am getting 1.0. The integer part is 1. Remainder is 0. I have to read it like this. From top to bottom I will be reading the numbers. So 0, 1, 1. Before that I have to put a point, decimal point. So in the binary this is equivalent to 0.011. Clear? One more example I will tell you. 0.65 I have taken. So 0.65 again I will multiply by 2. I get as 1.25. The integer part is 1. The decimal part again I will multiply by 2. I get 0.5. Integer part is 0. 0 is written here. The remainder 0.5 into 2 again. I get integer part is 1. I will write it here. 0.0. So again I will read it from top to bottom. 101. After the decimal it should be 101. 0.101 in the binary. So this is how you convert a decimal fraction to binary.